Well, hello. We are live. We are having some minor technical difficulties, so just bear with us. There is a bit of a lag between what she's seeing and hearing and what I'm seeing and hearing, and so you may experience some pause time between what she says and what I say. But we're still going. We're going to do it. We're just going to push through. So. Anyway, my name. So, first of all, we are Awakened Alchemy, and we are just two really good spiritual friends having conversations with each other and you all. That's who we are, and that's what we're doing. So, I am Jennifer Passavant. I am an alchemical healer, which means I operate in body, mind, and spirit. So, I am an intuitive spiritual life coach or an intuitive spiritual consultant. I am a holistic a health and wellness consultant, and I'm also an energetic healer where I channel a seraph angel and the ascended master Kuan Yin, and we work on your chakras and your auric field and all of that good stuff, so we can have some real transformation on all levels. And I'm here with my amazing friend Bonnie Burd.
Hi, I'm Bonnie Burd. I'm a wellness practitioner and holistic healing. And I also do Akashic reads, and I do flow of life energy, help people master their own energy. And also, I'm a Reiki master teacher, so I teach Reiki, and I help people to understand their gifts and who they really are inside, and really, my favorite thing, well, who they are and all the things that they can do, and it's exciting to grow, do the things that they love, and that's pretty much what I'm here for, and to help people heal. I'm ready to be here with my dear friend Jennifer. Just a beautiful.
So we wanted to talk about, because we just experienced this and we'd love to get the input of those of you in the chat. We just experienced a solar eclipse and the equinox, and the solar eclipse was in Virgo, and of course the equinox meant that we are shifting into Libra. And for me, we know solar eclipses are about change and endings and then new beginnings, and the equinox is all about balance. And I think this was a theme for me, and a lot of people were kind of picking up on this same theme shortly before the equinox and the eclipse, and that was the theme of unity. And the equinox couldn't have been a better time for this theme to come up, because the equinox is about balance. It is about centeredness. It is about unity. And for me, what was coming up was that, and I'm actually going to read this out loud, because I think I can't, like, I channeled it, and so I can't say it better than the way it was channeled. So the message I received was, right now we are at a choice point for everyone. People can either lean into division, anger, and hatred and attach more strongly to the tribal polarity to which they so strongly identify, and from which they point fingers at the other tribe, while claiming that their tribe is the morally, spiritually, politically, and intellectually superior tribe, and that the other tribe is evil and inferior as a means to justify their hatred and superiority. Or people can choose to see the destructiveness of this behavior and begin to release their attachment to and identification with a polarized tribe, and move into their hearts where unity and Christ consciousness resides. The truest test of the degree with a polarized tribe where unity and Christ resides. Bonnie, can you turn that volume down? There we go. Okay. What was I saying? Okay. The truest test of the degree to which you are able to embody and express the Christ within, or unity, if you prefer, is being able to hold love, compassion, mercy, grace, peace, and forgiveness for the politicians and people with whom you most vehemently disagree? Can you disagree and still hold those qualities in your heart for them? Can you allow others to not think, believe, and perceive exactly as you do? Diversity isn't just about superficial attributes like skin color, gender, identity, sexual orientation, etc. It's also about diversity of thoughts and beliefs. This is a turning point, and it's up to each individual to decide whether or not they want to be unity, or whether or not they want to continue to be or whether or not they want to, good heavens, or whether they want to continue to be division by pointing fingers towards the other tribe while desperately holding on to their indoctrination and attachment to their other tribe. I'm still hearing myself. Bonnie, do you still have something playing? Okay. I think we've got it figured out. Okay. I hope you could hear everything I just read. But that was kind of what was at the forefront of my mind. And I I got a visual, and it was basically the balance of going into the heart, because unity consciousness is going into the heart, right? And so for me, it was the balance of the chakras, where you balance the upper chakras, which are the masculine, and the lower chakras, which are the feminine, into the heart. You balance the black pillar and the white pillar of Kabbalism, the left side of the body, which is the uh, feminine, and the right side of the body, which is masculine, into the heart. And you balance the masculine and feminine, you balance the polarity into the heart, which is where unity consciousness and Christ consciousness is found. And so all of that symbolism with the symbol of Libra, which is the balancing of the scales, the balancing of the light and the dark. And that's so that for me was at the forefront of my mind. And so that's when that message was channeled. And of course, we're seeing that choice point in the world right now. Bonnie, did you want to speak to any of that?
I couldn't hear anything that you said.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Well, we talked before we. Oh, go ahead.
I think that they can hear you though, because I could see you continuously moving. Oh, well, I wasn't saying anything. I know exactly what Jennifer was thinking of, whether or not you want to uh, move into the unity consciousness, or on decide what you are going to do with your life. Are you going to be in the positive and live your life loving and kind, or are you going to continue to struggle and be upset with others and blame others for things and point fingers? And that's pretty much what I thought that she wanted. Are we having a choice how we're going to live our life? It's very important, but it's so simple though. It's very simple. All we have to choose is to do what makes us happy, and to lean into the nature, lean into the heart of God, lean into um, things that are natural and that come easy to you. Because if you have to force it, it's not meant for you. And and um, this happens together in a kind and loving way, even though they're having trouble. And I keep freezing, so I'm just going to give it back over to Jennifer.
Okay, thanks, Bonnie. Yeah, we're like we said in the beginning, we're having some technical difficulties, and there's certainly a lag. Um, but yeah, where I was really going with this was that we're seeing more division than we've ever seen before, and a lot of that, of course, has to do with social media being weaponized and mainstream media being weaponized, and when you attach yourself to and identify with a polarity, you then are going to operate from that polarity, and your bias, your confirmation bias, is going to operate from that polarity. And so anything that you see that affirms your bias, confirms your bias, you're going to attach to. And then the opposing side is then wrong, bad, evil, etc. And we're being exposed to these extreme cases, but being made to believe that those extremes are the majority. And so anyone who then identifies with that tribe also then thinks and acts exactly like these extreme examples that were shown, so that it will perpetuate this pointing of a finger outside of ourselves and blaming the other, and seeing the other as the problem. And that's the antithesis of unity consciousness. So unity consciousness is when you are able to operate from the heart and from a neutral and objective, like 30,000-foot view, so that you can see above the indoctrination, you can see above the propaganda, you can see above the emotional manipulation, and see it for what it is, and see it from the more balanced, objective state. But it's also in recognizing that everyone else is also you and also source. And so if you are pointing fingers at and vilifying and demonizing the other side, you are also pointing fingers at, demonizing, and vilifying yourself. And that is what unity consciousness really is. And I was saying, we're at a bifurcation of worlds. We either have the choice of choosing to operate from this more unity consciousness perspective, continuing to buy into and operating from a greater degree of division.
Absolutely, I agree. I agree on that. Um, I just think that it's just going to take time for us to finish the healings that we're going through and to be out there running around trying to be something that we're not. We need to really look inside our heart and figure out who we are inside. And when you do that, then it's like other people understand exactly what to do for themselves, because they see what you have done, and that you're not trying to run around and be famous, try to get a million, to draw who the energy of the people who need whatever it is they need. And so and that's unity consciousness. That's because we're taking care of each other and we're looking after each other, and we're not pointing fingers when there is something that happens. One finger is just it's to discuss it. And so and I just am not um in agreement, but it's okay to disagree.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay if others don't agree with what you say. So what they feel and think about things, because everybody's feelings are right. There's no, and so it's the verbal understanding, um, are having trouble trying to decide which direction or which way you want to go. And so just being patient and loving, caring, and try to know where it comes from, and just be there. I mean, I just feel
There, I didn't want to jump over you. Okay, I just want to make sure you're done first because we do have that lag. Um, I agree, and I think for some people who still are attached to um, that duality, it can be challenging because they are not at a point where they are ready to look inside themselves and see their own woundings and take responsibility for their own wounds and issues and challenges, and so they prefer to point fingers outside of themselves. And a part of that wounding is where they get that attachment to a tribe. You know, if you are wounded, you want to feel accepted and you want to feel like you belong and you want to feel like you belong to the right group. And that's a very Atlantean perspective where in Lemuria, we were so unity consciousness, we had no individuation. We did not see ourselves as individuals. We were a collective consciousness. And then as we shifted into Atlantis, we went to this extreme tribalism and I am and bloodlines, and that was a part of that epoch, was moving from complete unity into complete separateness, and separating individual separateness, but also in tribes and through bloodlines. And that was how you would identify, and people would marry within bloodlines. And so what we see now is what we're meant to move into is that balancing between unity consciousness and individuality. So I as an individual can see myself as separate from you and also know that I am one with you. And I think a lot of people are really struggling with moving into that unity aspect. And even in the spiritual community, because there's still that real strong focus on RH negative bloodlines and, oh, the bloodline of Jesus and the bloodline of the Anunnaki and there's and the tribes of the left versus the right and the tribe of the it's all Atlantean holdover, but it's not in a good way. It's not where we're going. It's not for this time. And I think a lot of people are struggling with that because they haven't done their own inner work in order to realize you don't need a tribe. You don't need to be a part of the right group. It's not about that. And so that, I feel like that's where the struggle to me is sort of this inability to see their own wounds and work through them, and so they can't move above or beyond that I am me and you are you, and I am here and you are there, and I am and you are different from me, and whatnot. They just can't see past that blind spot. Did you want to say something about that, Bonnie? It looks like we're having, I don't even think Bonnie can hear me. So what I think we might need to do, which I hate to do this, is we may have to end this recording because Bonnie is having some real issues with her Wi-Fi connection, and she's very choppy, and we're struggling to hear each other, and it looks like the audience is struggling to see and hear her, which is not what we want. We want to be able to have a conversation with each other and with you both, or you all, I should say. And so what I think we're going to do is we're going to end this stream, which again, I hate to do because I love having this live conversation, but Bonnie's Wi-Fi is just, it's we're just struggling with it today, and it is what it is. So I think we're going to have to end this, and we're either going to record it and then distribute it, like put it again as a new video, or we'll just try again another weekend. Spit happens, right? So, but we just really appreciate all of you who are on here and who are watching and participating with us. And thank you, Leanna. Lots of strange weather going on. Yeah, there's also a lot of like solar stuff, a lot of a lot of cosmic ray things. Like I keep up on it because I watch space weather news. I'm a space weather news. I watch that YouTube channel, and yeah, there is a lot of electromagnetic stuff going on, and plus we're still near the equinox, and so that helps too. So Leanna, I appreciate your support in that. So I think that's what we'll do. And we will put in the comments of our respective videos on our YouTube channels, when we figure out what we're going to do and how we're going to do it, we'll put that in the comments. So keep an eye on the comments. But thanks again for everyone who has joined us today. And Leon, especially you, because you've been very active in this conversation. So thank you for that. And we will see you all soon. Thanks, everybody.